hear that confidence is the key to happiness, success, and sexiness. People like confident people. Yet so many of us struggle to be confident. And I think that's because we've misidentified the source of genuine confidence. Confidence entails having a trust or a strong belief in something. Self-confidence entails those things too, a self-assurance in one's qualities and abilities, so that one can say, I'm confident in myself to be this, to do that. But simply defining confidence doesn't actually clarify how one becomes more confident. So for that, let's first understand not confidence. You might think that feeling insecure about how you look is the worst kind of not confidence, but if you really think that having thicker eyebrows or bigger biceps will make you more confident, those are superficial problems that could have superficial fixes, from makeup to gym time or even surgery. Unfortunately, there's a worse kind of not confidence. This not confidence surfaces when we feel like we aren't good enough, especially regarding things that we think we can't do well, and when we worry about what other people might think of us if they see us not doing well. Perhaps people will think that we're not good enough to be a partner or friend, that we're not good enough for a job, and we might even think that we're not good enough to do the things that we actually really want to do, like write a book or get up in front of an audience and share our ideas. Confidence with respect to those things is what really makes or breaks you. And to be self-assured in one's qualities and abilities, to take on the risk and challenge of being a friend or partner, of putting yourself and your work out there, that's the kind of confidence that I think so many of us want and hope for. A deep self-confidence that allows you to move through the world with your head up, your heart out, and your truest self exposed as you engage with others. It's confidence in who you are as a person, something that you just can't buy or fake. So how do you get that? First, don't believe the lies you heard about confidence coming from being the best. Unless you're completely delusional, you already know that there's always going to be someone out there who's better than you. So if being the best really is a ticket to confidence, it's a very fragile, paper-thin ticket. One way around this fragility is to say, okay, I may not be the best of the best, but at least among people who do this, I'm like in the top 10% or 20 or 49%. And granted, another way to cope is to just narrow your scope. If you can't be the best at everything, then maybe you think you'd be confident if you were the best at 5 things or 3 things or one very specific, obscure thing that no one else in the world is doing. Unfortunately, if you believe the lies of the best, confidence precariously balances on a very thin piece of your personality, under constant threat that someone will outperform you, knock you off the top, and thus shred that frail ticket to confidence that you work so hard to get. Which isn't to say that you can't be the best at something, it's just that being the best is tenuous and underassured. And it's oddly enough not a kind of confidence that itself breeds confidence. It also completely contrasts against the image of the genuinely confident person, as one who walks through life without worry of being overthrown by others, what I call honest confidence. There are 3 key ingredients to honest confidence: self-awareness, humility, and integrity. In order to be confident in yourself, you first have to know yourself. And while that might seem obvious enough, you can't just take it for granted that you're going to know yourself because it's you. Appreciating anything, even your favorite movie, requires special effort, time, attention, repeated reflection, and review. And while an honest understanding of who you are will recognize your strengths, it also involves identifying your limits and your weaknesses, reflecting on your fallibility. So rather than cockiness, self-awareness leads to confidence because it cultivates humility. Now, according to the lies of the best, humility might just seem like a really convenient way to deal with not being the best, a way to sugarcoat one's inferiority that should otherwise be a source of insecurity, but of course, I don't agree. Because the self-awareness that cultivates humility doesn't necessarily lead to insecurity, it can enable one to live with integrity. And to live with integrity is to genuinely do what you mean and mean what you say. Integrity requires a sound coherence of your values, thoughts, words, and actions. To live with integrity isn't just knowing what you think, but why you think it. And it's not just doing what you can do, but valuing why you do it. And integrity is super important here, precisely because a lack of confidence often comes from worrying about what others will think if we put ourselves out there and they realize that we aren't the best. But when you act with integrity, you frame your actions with the understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and why you do what you do, all while acknowledging that there will always be room for you to learn, grow, and improve. And this is a huge slap in the face to the lies of the best, because according to them, your value and confidence is only established by measuring yourself against others. Honest confidence, on the other hand, doesn't require anybody else. It results from measuring up with respect to oneself. Now, the point here isn't just to lower your standards so that you feel better about yourself. The point is to know yourself so that you can trust yourself, to be who you want to be, and do the things that you really care to do. When self-awareness and humility empower you to act with integrity, there's no reason to be not confident, even if you fail. because the motivation, validation, and justification for all of your actions, risks, and pursuits comes from within and not from without.